What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a daily news update where we are going to talk about Soule staying, potentially, or not. But the story is that he's been told that he is going to be part of the first team next season. So we're going to talk about that because it still depends on so many things. And it's not even just money right now. It's on it has so many layers, and it depends not even on him solely. Like the main points are not even revolving if he is good enough, but just other things. Before we do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and let's go. Okay, so the news story is from Luis Merlo, who is pretty good with Argentinian news. To be honest, like players from that country, he's reliable when it comes to that type of news. So it's a source we kind of need to discuss. I need to bring up, and also because Soule is gonna be a big topic going into the summer for different reasons. I'll read out the news first, and then we will dive into it because he said that Juve has informed Soule that they would like him to return this summer and remain with the club. So come back from Frosinone on loan and stay with the team. However, they will entertain offers in the range of 35 and 40 million. Now, that's what I said in my intro. Like, you can dislike Soule. You can say he's not good enough. He's good enough. You can say all these things, basically. The main factor for the club right now is not really is he good enough or is he not good enough. And you can sit there and be like, he is 100% good enough. That doesn't matter for the club right now, for any player. The main thing for the club right now is the financial situation. And if you potentially do not get Champions League football, it gets even worse. But even with Champions League football, the plusvalenza you make on the books, like the money you can move on the books, clean, on Soule is insane, especially if somebody offers that type of money. The difference it makes for the club financially is crazy. That's why they were after Felipe Anderson on a free transfer. That's basically the main reason. You get that money in, good on the books, and you get in Felipe Anderson, who is on a very cheap wage. That's basically it, So Soule will be, especially early on in the summer, a big point of discussion, because if you want to move Soule, you kind of move him on early on in the summer because okay, we move that money around. We need to replace him, obviously, but we can play with certain things right now financially. That's it. Now, do I believe he's going to stay? No. Absolutely not. And even though I saw the latest rumors about if Thiago Motta comes in, he surely has a place in this team. It's not even 100% certain that Motta is coming, by the way. But let's say if it's Motta, if the club gets an offer, even if Motta's like, man, I like that player, I really can work with him, the club will not accept. The club will listen to it, but they will tell him, Thiago, this is the situation. This is what we're dealing with right now. These are the finances we have to improve the squad or to make you better or whatever. And we need to do it. We need to move on Soule. We can give you this, this, and this. But on this case, you kind of need to make your peace with it that it's not going to happen. That's still the main thing. Do I think Soule will be a perfect or like a good fit for Motta? He could potentially. But even on that front line, there are so many things moving and shifting that it's so weird to predict right now. It's extremely weird to predict right now because there are rumors about Chiesa potentially going Roma, which I find ridiculous right now because they don't have the money, or like unless the club is like, yeah, 20 mil, here you go. And even Chiesa willing to join Roma sounds very strange to me, in my opinion. Milik is on his way out. Keane is on his way out. Like there are so many moving parts right now up front that you cannot even say, yeah, Soule is going to stay or Soule does not need to stay, because it depends on so many things. So many things the club right now does not know. And even in the summer, you don't really actually know like what's going to happen, who's going to go for who, whatever. The only thing that's certain post-season, if you say, let's say you say, you know what, Allegri, it's done. We bring in Thiago Motta. We made our decision. You're the guy. Then you can sit down and be like, okay, we can move on Keane, we can move on Milik. We can move on Soule, but we need to do this because I'm gonna play in that formation. So I don't really need, let's say, two wingers, or he indeed needs two wingers, you know, and I don't need three strikers. You can move on a couple of strikers. So a lot of moving particles, a lot of moving pawns right now, and the media is kind of playing with it, you know, and a bit guessing. But with Soule, it is more of, does he deserve a shot at Juve? Does he deserve to show what he can do at a bigger club? Also next season, potentially in the Champions League, definitely in the Club World Cup. So on the highest stage, do you give him that opportunity, or are you like a club? We're gonna move on, cash in, and we're gonna improve, bolster the midfield. We get a more experienced player in that position. I don't know. That's basically the debate right now. So how good or not good, depending on how you view this, the Soule news sounds to you is extremely early, and this can go either way. Like this can go from A to Z in the matters of day. Like you can have confirmation that he's gonna stay, and 2 days later it's Newcastle saying, you know what, 35 million, and the club is like, you're gone. No matter what we said yesterday, it's done. You're gone. Like these things can actually happen in the summer, and these things will happen in the summer. So let's see. You know, the Soule one is a weird debate. You know, I like him. You know, I do like him. I don't praise him like I don't hold him to a certain standards many others do, potentially in a good way or in a bad way. I think he is in between right now, but he has a potential to go up. You know, there are worries about him, and there are very exciting things about him. Is he ready? It doesn't feel 100% ready, in my opinion. However, he does things I really like. He does things his team completely miss. So that's what makes me a little bit more excited to potentially see him play for us, and basically say, okay, you can do this, this, and this. Like that's basically it right now. That's what I'm like. That's how I view it, in my opinion. That being said, we don't know. We absolutely don't know. Like Chiesa can leave, and the club is like, okay, now we need to keep Soule. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, or the club is like, you know what, Chiesa, you can go, and maybe Soule, you potentially go. We're gonna buy Zirkzee, and we're gonna move some things around. Like all these things are possible right now. The only thing that's for certain is that Soule's topic will be a much discussed one from the moment the Mercato opens to the moment it closes, or the club says he's definitely not leaving, or he actually leaves mid the summer. So it's going to be an interesting one. We need to definitely keep an eye on, and we will talk about him for a while this summer, you know, especially early on when we do transfer shows. It's going to be a big topic, but he himself, I think he wants to have a shot at the club. He said that he wants to have a shot at the club, and it all depends on offers and a little bit of coaching, but more of the offers. But let me know in the comments what you think about Soule, because I know it's a divided opinion. Like many are like no, and a lot of you are like yeah. So let me know in the comments, like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.